all the topics were high. So one very important is the sarcoidosis. It's a multi-system inflammatory disease. We just don't keep it in the respiratory module. That's why it's been taught on different side. Like there could be respiratory and non-respiratory manifestations. Firstly, it should we should know it's female more predominance to this disease, and it's a young age disease, not an old age disease. And also that non-respiratory manifestation, basically constitutional in every occupational or sarcoidosis even, or any chronic disease, you might find fever, low grade, and malaise. On skin, there is erythema nodosum, lupus, pernio, scar infiltrations. Eyes are involved with uveitis, hypopyon, and sometimes lacrimal glands are enlarged. Musculoskeletal will be involved with painful joints. In heart, there might be arrhythmias and heart failure signs are there. And nerves are involved with the palsy, especially in cranial nerve palsies. Peripheral can be there, and sometimes it might present with the seizures. It doesn't leave the metabolic or renal disease, so you will see specifically hypercalcemia and renal stone in this disease. Okay. And others could be hepato or hepatosplenomegaly with the lymphadenopathy. So these are just the non-respiratory manifestations. And in general, sarcoidosis is one mimicking the other diseases like occupational lung disease. Okay, so in that case, we just need to know um, these signs and symptoms, and especially there could be sometimes acute presentation of sarcoidosis. Next, if there is acute presentation, we are calling it as Lofgren's syndrome. Okay.
Okay.
So
So
in
in
that case, I guess someone's mic is on. Okay, thank you. So in that case, polyarthralgia, swinging fever, erythema nodosum, and bilateral hilar lymphadenopathy. If you see this word bilateral hilar lymphadenopathy, it is definitely sarcoidosis. This is the diagnostic feature on the chest X-ray. If we see the insidious onset, mostly hilar lymphadenopathy, otherwise constitutional symptoms are there. It is mostly progressive dyspnea and will present with dry cough with the respiratory symptoms. Okay. Again, is this your domain disease? No, it's a multi-organ dysfunction and multi-systems are involved. So we are going to refer the patient to the specialist. How are you going to manage? Or even in the follow-up cases, how do you know like what things are given to the patient? Steroids is the first line. Mostly it is given if the patient is having progressive disease, okay, significant symptoms, or as extrapulmonary are involved. Inhaled can be given if patient is having acute or severe exacerbation, not exacerbation, but severe breathlessness. Other important things can be methotrexate, pulmonary rehabilitations, and lung transplant is the last thing that we can do. So on our end, just diagnose the patient not just with the respiratory symptoms. So if patient is coming with fever, cough, and lethargy. Ask about any skin manifestation, like are you having any skin changes? Yes, they will have erythema nodosum. Are they having any joint aches? Yes, then your diagnosis will be coming on the sarcoidosis. Next, this prognosis is very bad. Mostly stage one, then stage two, third mortality, mostly 1 to 5%. But once it's extra pulmonary, then yes, it is mostly most remissions can occur in the first 6 months, but since they involve pulmonary, cardiac, and nerve involvement, CNS especially, then it is very difficult to control the disease. But yes, we have the treatment plans with the steroids and methotrexate. So that's all for sarcoidosis.